Yay! It says we're live. We're back.
We're back.
But
we're just gonna start over.
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah. So we're gonna use the webcam now. We tried to use like our actual camera, and it just gives us problems. Everyone's on the Wi-Fi networks. I don't know if that's what it is, but
it probably is.
Who knows? It's wine night, so we're here with wine.
Cheers.
Yes. Well, let's.
We're gonna get into it, I guess.
Yeah.
We have to tell you what we're talking about
before you just go ahead and get into the wine.
So we are on like day 22 or 23 of self-isolation here in Chicago. My God, is it boring? I mean, understandable that we're doing our part. That's fine by us.
Yeah.
So we can't go anywhere. It's driving us nuts. So we decided to do what we do best, and that's like drink wine
and talk
about travel. And maybe like think about the places that we could be going or places that we have been.
Yeah.
So we stopped at Trader Joe's and picked up some cheap wine from various countries we've been to.
So we are going to talk about the past trips that we've taken
and
through our wine. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we went to Trader Joe's. We said this on the other one, but it was insane. A lot of people I think are like unsure to go to the store. Most stores around here, like in the Chicagoland area, are like, I mean, it seems like they've taken every precaution because they
have to.
Yeah, they have like tape all over the floor, he was saying, and like you can only stand in certain places, and so Trader Joe's, at least in our area, I'm sure they're all kind of following the same guidance.
Yeah.
But if you want to go pick up yourself some Trader Joe's wine, you know, they're clearly handling all the guidelines pretty well and everything. So we'll go through our wine, and then maybe it'll give you some ideas if you are at home in quarantine and want to, if you've been to some of these places or you haven't, they'll give you some ideas that you can try this wine.
I had like text my brother because he was like, it was crappy before, so
yeah.
Much time now.
Yeah, we got to find out if it's any better.
Yeah. There's one person watching, so let us know how it is.
Yeah, let us know if this seems like it's laggy or choppy at all.
Yeah.
And if you can hear us fine, because we've been having some issues with the live streams.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, hand me the bottle because I'll show which one it is. So here you can see it is the bottle with a goat on it. So this one comes from France, and this brand better. Okay, good.
Yes.
They make different types of wine that they sell at Trader Joe's. We wanted the rosé. We've heard great things about it. We've heard it's like one of the best Trader Joe's wines you can get. And they're always sold out of it. They were sold out of it for us. Everyone's getting their quarantine wine. So they were sold out.
Booze sales had to have like absolutely spiked.
Yeah, I think probably. Yeah. So if you do see the rosé when you're out at Trader Joe's, get it and let us know how it is. But we will let you know how this one is.
Yeah.
We don't actually know. It doesn't even say. It's just a white wine because it doesn't really tell you. So that's how you know it's a fantastic.
Let's see if we can figure it out.
All right.
Cheers. Oh, I thought that was your glass.
Move that out of the way.
Okay, it's definitely a Chardonnay.
Okay.
But it doesn't say it on there.
I'm impressed that we're not like wine
Chardonnay,
connoisseurs by any means, but we'll do our best to describe it.
Yeah, maybe it's just a Chardonnay blend.
We do a lot of our descriptions in terms of like less about flavor and more about where you should have it, like poolside or like watching like Netflix at night, just more of like time and place.
Yeah.
So where would you say?
Where would I want this one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big white wine person, but I think if I had to pick a place to have it, it might be a poolside one.
Yeah, it's maybe a touch heavy for pool. I would say maybe like a dinner wine.
We're on the same page on that.
We don't typically like, I don't know. It's not, I don't know, maybe if you were, I always forget like which one goes with red meats. I don't even know the basics of that. I I do, but I just forget every time. Dylan says, I've got the Simpler Times canned rosé. We've been wanting to try that. Did we? I can't remember. We
We
going to
haven't
try
had the
it.
canned rosé.
Okay.
We've had the other canned ones.
Okay, because I remember last summer we were going to try it, and I can't remember if we actually did or if we didn't yet get to do that. You have to tell us how the rosé was, though, so we know if we're going to
Right.
go
I'm like
get it
anxiously awaiting to find out if it's like worthwhile.
Yeah.
Our friends left it. See.
Oh,
freeloader.
Okay. That's like the ultimate poolside drink.
Right. He hasn't even touched it yet. Well, what are you doing?
Let us know when you do. Seems like the perfect occasion.
Right? I'm betting that he's probably sipping on bourbon at the moment. Anyway, so it's an okay wine. It's not bad. It's not great. I'm not a white wine fan, though.
I'm not really either.
We felt like we had to do this, to have a white wine.
I think it tastes perfectly fine. I'm
not opposed to it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not probably the person to ask whether this compared to that or some of the others is the perfect one. I feel like I would be interested to try the rosé, though. I've just,
Well, so we should relate this to travel then. So this is France.
Yes.
And we've been to France.
Yes. White wine is overrated.
Good job, Stacy.
Yes.
See, we knew we liked you.
It is a touch overrated. The kinds that we had I know we're getting off topic because I'm hopping to another country.
Oh my gosh,
But there was one that I liked, one of the countries that we went to, and I can't remember where it was.
You're derailing this.
All right. Well, if I think about it, I can't remember. I can't remember where it was. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But there was like one country that we went to that they made, and it wasn't Italy because I know Italy.
Was it
some of both? But it was I think it was like Vienna or I don't know, something like that. They just had this one type of like wine that they specialized in. So I don't want to sit here the whole time pondering what it could be. But
you probably could do that forever.
But anyways, this one is a French wine. We actually have not been to France with kids yet. I was pregnant with Olivia when we went to France. We've been there one time.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Paris. And it was really cold. And yeah, we did eat a lot because we couldn't. I think a lot of people, when they go there's like a lot of places you can walk around outside. Obviously the Eiffel Tower and some of those areas, which we did, but we kind of beelined there and back because it was February. It was really cold.
She does not like being cold at all.
No.
She's really cranky when she looks all easygoing.
And we live in Chicago.
I know. So this is a little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling about how cranky you get.
You have to put your camera face on in the cold.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah.
Totally lost our train of thought on that one. Huh?
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of fun things you can do that certainly the food was, I would say, the highlight of the trip.
Well, we ate so much.
Obviously crepes, they're going to be something that you have to have. And I think we tried several of them in the sweet form, the savory form, and just all kinds. And we found a lot of really cute local cafes that were just a little bit off the beaten path. And
I personally liked the one where they didn't have a menu. They just had a bunch of pictures of food on the ceiling that you pointed to. We went back there.
Oh, that wasn't a crepe place, but it was. It's I can't remember the name of it. It obviously was several years ago.
A long time ago. God, that's so long ago.
I know.
5 years ago.
But there was this one place, and it just it had really, really unique
foie gras.
Very, very French food, but bite size.
I'm so hungry.
It was really good. So food was a highlight for us there. If you are a foodie, recommend it, and food pairs well with wine.
Right. And you went all the way to France and didn't even get a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm. We got some bottles that we brought back with us so that after I was no longer pregnant, we could drink them.
Yep.
And that was fun.
It's probably a cool place. People love pointing. That is
Oh.
very true.
Yeah. That, yep, people do. And yeah, a lot of the museums there too.
The day we went to the Louvre, we had so many steps. That was like the very first trip we took with our Fitbits. So
Oh,
we were
yeah.
like all about
Oh my
the
gosh.
stepping. And I think we got like 35,000 steps. It was
outside
insane.
of a run. That was the most steps we ever had up to that point, and we were always in competition with ourselves and then other people.
Oh, I kind of miss the days of Fitbit
Do you remember, like,
competitions.
at the end of the day, like, we wanted to see who
Literally.
won, so we were like walking around the hotel room like before bed to like be the one of us that got like the top score, like the historical top score.
Your 7-month pregnant body just
Yeah.
walking in paces trying to get to 40,000 steps or whatever.
Oh, what is your favorite French food and wine pairing?
Oh, dear.
What do you think?
Well, it's definitely grilled foie gras is the food.
That's yours.
Yeah. I don't remember what wine I
I'm
drank
trying
that
to think. Yeah, well, I didn't.
You
I
didn't
mean,
get
I
it.
didn't have any, but like specifically when we were there, I know that you got some.
Yeah. So my mom likes to call it Pinot Noir, and I like laugh at her every time she Pinot Noir. It's 2 words, Mom.
Oh, geez.
But that's my favorite kind of wine. No, I'm just picturing her saying Pinot Noir.
You're like, I'm not gonna be able to regain my composure.
Not even a glass of wine in it.
But that's you. You derailed us now.
Oh.
I'm trying to think.
Oh my gosh, get it together, woman.
No, I'm trying to think of the different food we had outside of the crepes. Because we had that one at that little stand.
Yeah, we had that brilliant duck breast.
Oh, and the croissants. Obviously,
Croissants,
I mean, now we're kind of getting.
now you're gonna say omelette du fromage, aren't you?
Yeah. And we're getting into like coffee territory too.
Right.
But why are you still?
I'm just thinking of all the heat that I'm gonna take for
I
making
know.
fun of Mom.
I'm surprised. I don't know if she's on yet, but I'm surprised if she's not yelling at you.
Just
in the
checking my
comments
phone to see if I'm getting texts.
Yeah. If not, you probably will soon.
Right? If it's a viral video, one of those ones the kids are, you know what? If you want it to be viral, Stacy, go ahead and hit the like button and like share it on your Facebook, and then like maybe all of these bored people at home will also watch. Otherwise, no, we're just a couple of people just talking to our computer.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be viral because people are
Did
just
you
gonna
make a
think
quarantine joke?
No. People are just gonna think it's funny that you're sitting there making fun of your mom for how she pronounces her wines.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Okay, that's just too funny. Smash the like button. Oh my gosh.
That's the best. I love it when people say that.
Right? All right. Finish that glass. Or we're not done with France. Are we done with France?
Yeah, unless does
anybody have any questions about like Paris and visiting?
Yeah. I mean, France is one of those where like it's more. A couple of the other ones that we have are less traveled. I mean, you'll see, they're all popular countries, but like France, most people know about, the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower and some of the things. And frankly, we were only there, how long? Like,
it was like a long trip for us. We went for like 4 days.
Yeah. So we did the popular things. We didn't get to do like too much kind of like outside of the main area, especially because it was cold.
Yeah.
So we just kind of like didn't venture out too far, but it's really pretty on like what's the river there?
Oh my God, is it the Seine?
Seine? Seine, yeah.
Seine?
Right?
Yes.
Oh
God.
And it's really pretty just to kind of like walk on it. There was like a brief time where it wasn't too terribly cold, like a little break in the cold, and we just kind of walked on it along it. And
really, really cool. We did the Lock Bridge.
I would just recommend going in like the spring or summer or fall, even, just not the winter.
Well, we had to go because of the timing, because obviously we were on a baby schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And we went because Polaris was open. And so we had to sit first class going and coming. And it was So awesome.
And we should have like looked at our notes ahead of time because I can't even remember.
Oh, good. Mom doesn't know how to watch.
She'll watch it
Dodged a
back,
bullet.
and then you can get your text later on. Yeah, a lot of Paris is our oldest one, I think, that we've been to. Yeah, of all the places. So that one's like a little bit fuzzy in my mind, but
Right.
it was fun. Lots of good food. That's
Yeah.
basically the main thing I remember.
Where do we want to go next? What's the next logical trip after France?
Well, do we want to go in like the order of when we visited these places?
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know. So it would be Spain next. Let's do Spain.
All right.
Okay. This one we have actually had before.
This one's a very nice one.
But this one is really, I think, like a popular one too. And you'll know just because it has a face on it.
The face.
So this one is from Spain. Let me see the bottle. I'm going to see if it. That's a lot. I have to finish it before the next one, buddy.
I guess you should speed up.
Jeez. Oh, your mom is on. And she said, for real? I don't know if she
There'll be no living with
went
her
back
after this.
wait, let me see. I want to see the bottle. Okay. Let's see what it says. Anything fun.
Mom, it's okay. We're going to talk about Spain now. And that was a big family vacation for us.
Yeah, so a lot of the family that's on went with us on our trip to Spain. So they can chime in.
Right?
Because anything we would say, they already know about.
Yeah.
We are drinking bourbon from Kentucky.
Classy.
Yeah.
I enjoy Kentucky bourbon.
We have not yet been to Kentucky to experience the bourbon, have we?
No, we haven't. How have we never been to Kentucky?
I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. What's there to do? That is like, I don't know. I don't
go on
know.
like bourbon tours. I don't know.
I haven't like looked. I'm sure there are things to do. I just haven't
I'm sure
spent the time to look it up. This has intense aromas of sweet cherries and dark plums.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that word is. It just says red wine and then it's some thing with a G.
Catalonian. So this might be a Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona wine.
It says Garnacha on it. I don't know what that is about. But.
We are totally wine people. So this is a solid segue. So what we do, because we don't like to spend a lot of money on wine, because we follow Mark Cuban. His philosophy is he doesn't trust a bottle of wine that costs more than like $6 or something like that. I think
that moment I just he became one of my favorite people.
Fell in love. So what we do is we go to like the liquor store or the grocery store or whatever, and if we can't find one, like if we're gonna go to a party or go to a friend's house, we don't want to like totally look cheap and like bring bottom of the barrel. We say, hey, we're having a party so you can bring the best affordable wine. So we don't normally drink wine that's under $10. Can you point us in the direction of the best one? And so there you go.
Yes, that is a pro tip, because then the people in the store, obviously when you ask them, they will know, and then they pick out. We've gotten some good solid picks that way.
Totally.
So try that trick out because
yeah. Oh, Paul from Taste So Good, he's here. He said it's 11 a.m.
Okay.
And he sees wine and he clicks. So, dude, you should. It's 11 a.m. It's totally acceptable. So, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Oh, that's better. That's better. But anyway, so Taste So Good is an awesome channel. You should check them out. He goes around Seoul, Korea, and tries a whole bunch of street food. My personal favorite video of his that he recently, well, not recently, he did it again. He ate a balut, which
I don't know.
I would do it.
I don't know. I don't know if I can do that ever.
But I wouldn't be excited about doing it.
You probably would do it. I couldn't even watch you do it though.
Oh, you'd have to watch.
It just freaks me out looking at it.
Olivia might try it. Yeah. That's my goal. Get Olivia to try balut with me.
That one I won't even stand behind. Can't. $3 Chuck. Yep.
That's our standard.
We got a little crazy with our picks tonight, but normally, that's our go-to.
Yeah. So Stacy asked what balut is. It's it's a fermented. It's not even really an embryo. It's more matured than an embryo of an egg, and it's great.
Yeah, it's widely known as like one of the most adventurous things that you can eat.
Yeah.
So go after this, look up like videos of people eating them, and you'll get a
Right.
visual.
Mark asks what channel. It's called Tastes So Good. If you look up like 4 comments, you can click on his channel. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get that brave. Maybe you will, but
Well, we
can't
have
say
to get
that I
out of Korea or out of America at some point. So maybe we'll go to South Korea.
I do
And I'll
want to
show
go
some-
there when we get to travel again. So hopefully that is on the horizon.
Right. So I don't know how we got from talking about Spanish wine to talking about eating eggs in South Korea, but
Okay.
which
well,
I'm pretty
let's
confident is a
hop back-
Filipino dish.
Yeah. We can hop back to Spain. We can talk about some, because all we do really, as you can see, is eat when we travel. It's kind of all we talk about.
Mhm.
And we did eat a lot of things in Spain.
Yep. Lots of tomato.
Mhm.
Tomato bread. I don't remember what it was called though.
I can't remember either, but
You would think we have like made like notes or something before doing this. This is very ill-conceived.
it's not.
But
It wasn't super thought out. It was just kind of get some wine and talk about our travels.
Right.
But I feel like we just had like a total mix of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they're obviously famous for like different like tapas, like all sorts of different things. Egg dishes, Spanish tortillas, obviously, like things like that, which
Yeah.
we tried all that
a lot
stuff.
of
But
potatoes,
Mhm.
chorizo.
Mhm.
Paul says that this when we do come, he'll have an egg ready. So
oh dear.
I'm in. I'm
Ugh.
so in. Brittany is too. She pretends she's not, but she will.
Yeah.
So one thing that was really fun about Barcelona is we did it as like a family trip,
Mhm.
and it actually, virus-wise, very similar to this. We originally planned on visiting Italy, and
Mhm.
then we found out that they were having a measles outbreak, so we couldn't go there because Olivia at the time was under 1, and so
And you can't technically you can get vaccinated for measles under 1, but it's not. They don't know how effective it is, so we just weren't going to risk it because, like, Italy was, I think, one of the top countries in Europe for measles. So we just decided to scrap that.
Yeah.
And
But my siblings had already bought tickets, so they had to fly from Chicago to I want to somewhere.
they can chime in with their
Yeah,
flight
right.
path.
Somewhere in the Nordic. I don't know if I want to somewhere in Switzerland.
It
maybe
was like
to Rome.
Copenhagen, maybe.
Was it Copenhagen?
Something like that. I don't know. But and it was like an overnight thing and a whole journey, a whole big journey.
They got the non-rev experience without having to non-rev.
Yeah. Right.
But then we tried to go back to the. He had to get 8. Oh, my brother did 8
flights
flights
total. That's insane. Even on our non-rev days, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know that we've done 8 flights.
Mm.
That's crazy.
But then we have, this is like one of my favorite stories about my dad, transit strike, which if you've traveled to Europe more than once, chances are you've probably encountered one. Well, we did, and it sucked. And so we had to like hurry up and get to a bus, but Barcelona doesn't have anything better than like just a couple of bus routes that get to the airport. So we got there earlier in the day, but the line was huge, and we had the stroller, and like we were kind of like running close to our flight. My dad just kind of like boxed someone out so we could get the stroller in, but then he almost didn't get on the bus. So he's like trying to claw at the door to like open it.
That was like just a terrible day.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh, I'm shocked that
Yeah.
we made it the flight and got home. That was crazy.
But then we also checked our bags, but we only listed through DC. So like we had to go out through security to collect our bags, to recheck our bags to get home, and it was miserable.
Yeah, there was like no. I mean, it was just intense from start to finish.
Yep.
Yeah. We did stay at like a really cool Airbnb.
Oh, that was so awesome.
It was really nice. Like we
So Lovely is what it was called. I don't know why I remember that.
Well, if you want to check out our Airbnb, it's apparently called Barca Lovely.
I don't think it's listed anymore because I think I tried to find it again.
Maybe we'll have to go back and see if it's still there. But it was really cool. It was like big enough for obviously like how many? It had 4 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
One for each, and I think there was. Oh yeah, there was like that back patio, a really cool back patio that you could just hang out on. And I think I was just trying to remember what the area was in, but I can't remember exactly what it. Recoleta, or was that?
That was Argentina. And we didn't even say in Recoleta. That's.
I don't know. No, there's something that starts with an R. It does start with an R. I'm certain of it. I really think it starts with an R. I mixed the two up, but
let's do some real time Googling here.
It was like a little bit away from kind of like the main, I don't know, like central tourist.
Oh, are you
area.
talking about the Rambla?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It wasn't in that's what I'm saying. It wasn't in there.
Don't even need to Google it.
But we did go to that kind of like street in that area to just walk around. So we went to like a lot of just really cute, fun, like little bars and restaurants and things like that. So
what was the one where we went and we had absinthe?
I mean, I don't know the name of it. We can post. I think we could probably post it after this. We have it written down somewhere, but offhand, I don't know the name of it. And we didn't get to go into the Sagrada Familia because it was. You have to buy tickets in advance if you want to go in. Like you can't decide I'm gonna buy my ticket day of, or maybe even the day before. And we didn't do that. So, if you do want to go there, make sure you plan it in advance.
Yeah. What's the other one that we enjoyed? The
Parkwell?
Yeah. That was a cool place.
That was a really cool park. Yeah. It is, I don't even know how to describe that place. It's like just, it's not a park. I mean, it's got a lot of like sculptures and
I'd call it a sculpture garden.
Yeah. And it's more of like an artistic, like you just kind of walk around and look at just all of the unique like sculptures, and then there's flowers and stuff kind of intertwined. But
nice trails. And
there's just like a really cool lookout, so you can see a lot of the city from there.
Yeah. Just
like definitely a cool thing to do.
I enjoyed it.
The beach was a little rocky for me, not gonna lie. That might be my one but a lot of the Mediterranean beaches are kind of like that. So
Olivia's first time in a large body of water wasn't the Atlantic or the Gulf or the Pacific or Lake Michigan or Lake Erie, all places that the Mediterranean. I'll take that.
Yeah. It was her first international trip.
It was, wasn't it? Was it?
Well, I think she may have did she go to Canada first? Okay. It was her first overseas trip.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes. Yeah, and it was in May, so she was just under a year old, and it was like right before she was like walking and stuff. So we always say that is the hardest age to fly with kids, is like right before their walking age, and like when they're crawling and like right before they start walking, even when they start walking, because they don't want to sit in the seat. All they want to do is walk on the plane.
Ironically, we're quarantined right at that time.
So we're going to miss that stage forever, which I'm not happy about.
Right.
I'd rather be traveling, but and
if you had to
also
miss
not having this going on. But yeah. Okay, help me finish this because you poured too much for this one.
Oh,
and we have to move to the next one.
All right. Which one's next?
We'll finish this one and let me see the bottle. So we have.
Oh, we're doing it in order, right? So then it would be this one.
Yeah. Okay. So then, because we'll go from, where we've been. The most recent place we've been will be the last one. This one is a red blend from Portugal, and when Nick was in there, I don't know how the guy talked to you, because you can't.
We stood 6 feet away and our voices carried.
And you just asked him questions.
Yeah.
Okay. He said that this is a very popular one at the moment. Is it a new one or just popular?
It's new.
Okay. It's new, and it's a Portuguese wine. So it says, let's see.
Which one did we go in?
It says it's inspired by the vivid colors and flavors of Portugal. It has a bright red ruby color with lively fruit notes. And it would be great with grilled meats and cheese. There you go.
All right.
Okay. Pour it, but not as much as the last time.
All right.
That's enough.
You're not driving anywhere.
No,
We're
but I have a
maintaining-
child that gets up at 5 a.m.
We're maintaining social distance, so
Yeah, so this is I'm trying to think of now talking about Portugal. Some of the things that we ate and had, different wines we had there.
well, you didn't have any wine there. Were you
Was
there?
that no?
No?
Wait, was I? Maybe I was. Oh, quarantine life is like it gets you.
Yeah, you totally were.
Hold on, I might have been actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was Christmas.
okay.
You were barely pregnant, like 3 months. I feel like you're always
Yeah.
pregnant.
Every time we go to Europe, for the
Ironic.
most part, yeah, I'm pregnant.
Have we had this wine before? We have not.
This
All of
one we
these are-
haven't. So Trader Joe's has another one, and it's called what did I tell
was
you? It's
thinking-
called.
let
It's
me
called
pull it
like
up.
it has a picture of like Lisbon on the bottle, and it's like Porta 6 or something like that.
Porta Seis, maybe?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, Porta 6 or Porta Seis. I don't know.
Porta 6 or Porta 6, but it has like a picture of Lisbon with like the tram thing
Yeah.
on it. There's like this popular tram, and so we've had that one, and that one's really good. And they didn't have that one.
Yeah.
You can't be choosy right now in Trader Joe's. You just
No.
gotta take what
So
you can
he
get.
said it was sold out, but that this is a substitute. That
Yeah, and it's a new one.
Yeah.
So, and Stacy says, she has quarantine brain too, so don't make fun of me.
Who's making fun?
So we'll
cheers.
see how it is. Oh, see, I like this one better.
That's so much less heavy.
It's definitely a lighter one. It's
Oh, we need to go
it's got,
backwards
like-
for a second because we didn't talk about what activity
we're-
we would be doing with the
I know
previous red.
we have a wine tasting. And we're not even telling them anything about the wines. I
We
feel like.
let off at the start that we are not wine experts.
Well, I'm not saying I'm gonna say like the notes, though. To be fair, we did take a wine class in Napa, and so we should know this information. Like she told us about umami, and that's all I really remember.
I was just in it for the wine. It was the
But they went through the whole thing, like who was there? Dylan was there, and your parents were
Yeah.
there.
and Dad's probably drinking a Busch Light.
They
too,
know all about
right?
this. Yeah. But yeah, I forgot half that stuff.
Yeah.
But this one it's like we can back up, but
Yeah.
this since we have it in front of us.
Yeah.
It's like a lighter, it has a touch of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet.
Yeah.
So I like this one. It's I would definitely not say it's like a sweet wine, red
No.
wine or anything, just like a slight.
This is a salad dinner party wine. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
play cards after dinner and hang out, this is one you could drink the whole time. I think.
And you know what? Like I think this was like $5.
$4.99.
Yeah, $4.99.
You could drink this all day.
Yeah. This is a good one. I would recommend this one. With the fun little artsy bottle.
It is an artsy little bottle.
Classy.
Dad's drinking an old fashioned. All right.
Nice.
What else is
There's
it? What
a
is
lot of
everyone
bourbon
drink?
happening here.
Right?
Yeah. Anyone else? Let us know what you're drinking. If anyone's drinking wine or more bourbon or
Right.
beer or
I'm betting Stacy's drinking her Napa wine.
you think
Unless
so?
they ran through that. They might have run through it.
Was this a recent trip to Napa?
No, not
Well,
terribly recent.
obviously it can't be too recent, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like this one. Backing up to the previous one, the Spanish one, I think that was a little bit. Oh, she said correct.
Crushed
A
it.
new shipment.
Crushed it.
Dylan's on the whiskey too.
I kind of want whiskey too.
Maybe our next, because clearly this might be
Like a
lasting a
thing?
while.
Should we do a whiskey tasting?
That might. I mean, maybe like I don't know. Maybe a cocktail tasting. Be more
Okay.
Merlot. Okay, all right. Sarah's drinking a Merlot called Little Black Dress.
Mm. All dressed up and nowhere to go.
Just think of that on the fly. You had to have because you just saw it.
Because we're live. I can't even
We've
look at
been in this house for too long. Oh goodness. Okay.
He has
Oh, coffee. Well, it's morning there. That makes sense. Have a gin tasting video to film later. That sounds fun.
All right, Paul. I hate gin, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to make a believer out of me.
Yeah.
You have to wait till a socially acceptable hour to start drinking. Hey, newsflash: you're an American, so you're on American time, even though you're there.
Yep. And you can just Zoom somebody and have like I think that's becoming a thing, actually, like
my work just had a Zoom happy hour.
Zoom happy
Well, not
hour.
Zoom,
I think, but Zoom happy hours are becoming a thing. We did it with his family last weekend.
It's a good way to stay connected with anybody. Have we said anything about Portugal?
No. Portugal is one of my favorite countries that we've ever been to.
It was probably the most like family-friendly city.
Definitely. Everyone there was super into like just like, for instance, at our hotel, they would greet Olivia by name before they would say anything to us. Like it was like really
going
cute.
to my parents' house.
Quarantine rules: drink anytime, all the time.
Yeah, so like we've said that it's airport rules apply. If it's 7 a.m., it's acceptable to have a drink.
Yeah.
Just remember that it's a long travel day, so don't get wrecked at 9 a.m. But a constant buzz, that's fine.
Jeez. YouTube's gonna kick us off. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Right? What else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you're just kind of at home. I mean, all the time sort of blends together after a while, anyways. It's like I don't think anybody knows what day of the week it is.
Well, it's Friday. We know that.
We do know that, but I mean,
we haven't left the house outside of the grocery store in.
Well, we were kind of early on when we started like our quarantine because, at least like in both of our work, yours shut down a day before mine, right? Or a couple of days.
A few days.
But like both of ours were well before the stay-at-home order was issued here in Illinois. So we've been at home for, looking at our sign because you have it posted, 23 days. Is it? Did you update it?
Yeah, I did up. I update it every day.
This is our like 23rd day.
It's like in that Tom Hanks movie. You have to
write the day every time just to keep track of time.
I want to make sure we document this. Beth is drinking Moscato. We had to know that, right?
Yeah. A Moscato has its place.
No, it doesn't.
Like when you're in the mood for a sweet wine. Or what's the other sweet wine we really like? We still have not said anything about Portugal. Ice wine. Ice wine's really good too. Well, all we're doing is talking about wine, which is fair because it's a wine tasting. Uh-oh.
Did you hear that?
We're just panicking a little bit because I think Everett just woke up. We'll see if he goes back to sleep. I don't think you all can hear that. We might be. I told you it was a bad idea to be in this room.
I'm not gonna.
Because his bedroom is just on that wall right there on the other side.
No, we're hearing things.
Oh God. So also when you're on quarantine, you just start hearing sounds. I feel like, right?
Yeah, both the kids are out.
That's okay. All right.
What is wrong with us? Because we both heard it.
Okay, that's weird. Anyways.
So Portugal.
Back to Portugal.
Olivia loved Portugal.
Yeah. Like the place we stayed was really cool. It was like a boutique hotel, and we hadn't stayed in too many places kind of like that.
Yeah.
It was very central. Ubers are extremely affordable there. I just highly recommend it. I mean, we like to walk around usually when we travel anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like for the places that were a little bit further away, we took them everywhere, and our most expensive one was like $7 or something. I don't know.
No.
But they get like it's the directions are just kind of like all over the place there.
Yeah, it was a hard public transit city, I think, especially with like strollers.
Mm-hmm. But we did ride the tram that's on that other bottle of Trader Joe's wine. There's like a lookout point you can go up. So we rode it up, and then we saw sunset from the top, and that was really cool.
I'm so bummed. I got such good drone footage for our video, and then I crashed the drone, and then it didn't save it. I got the drone back, but
Yeah.
it didn't save the video.
It's unfortunate.
So, but it's perhaps, I think, probably two of my favorite restaurants we've ever been to. Food again.
Again, food, yeah.
The first one was just this like really tiny hole in the wall, like shareable plates place. We have a whole video about it. But man, they had some damn good food. It was
Yeah.
it was like some.
Again with like foie gras.
There was foie gras.
But they
Some
also
good
had
fries.
like these wings. That it was not a place for vegetarians
No.
because it was heavy on the meat.
Yeah.
But
they were like lamb wings or
mhm.
something.
It was just like super unique. I don't think they were like really traditional Portuguese. It was kind of like a more what would you call that? There's like a term
Like
for it.
gastropub.
Yeah.
I mean, you
guess
could
kind
find
of
this
like
restaurant anywhere
yeah.
in the world, I think.
But it was like super unique, the flavors, and like the presentation was really cool. And Olivia, she enjoyed just seeing like
that girl is a carnivore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There was like some sort of sausage chorizo type thing we got. Great.
Yeah.
And then
the cereal bar.
We went to a cereal cafe, and it was just like the wall was lined with all of these different kinds of cereals from all different places, like countries.
Was it Pop? Is that what it's called? Pop cereal?
Pop cereal bar, I think. Yeah. And we had never gone to, I mean, obviously it's, how often are you going to find just a restaurant dedicated to cereal? But we found one.
Yeah, right.
And that was the first time we'd ever been to one. And
so mine was it was Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Corn Pops, and then it had vanilla pudding, whipped cream, strawberries, and like caramel sauce or something. It was ridiculous.
They had like all these different concoctions. You could choose from like a pre-assembled one, but then you could also like just craft your own. Yeah, if you like this cereal and that cereal, and like want to try different international kinds, you could like make whatever you wanted, and that is like a kid's paradise.
And it was like such nice weather. We also went there like right before Christmas time, so there was a Christkindl market. And that was really cool. They had like a Ferris wheel that we rode on. And we love that.
A lot of Europe has, most all places that we've been have some sort of little Christmas market. But the one in Portugal was really cool. Yeah. We still haven't been to, we went to one in Brussels that was definitely like one of the top
ones. That was really fun.
But we haven't been to like an actual like German one, which I think is probably
this winter.
Maybe if we can. But those, I think, are some of the most famous Christmas markets over there. So that's on the agenda. But the Portuguese one, the one in Lisbon specifically, was really cool. No, take some of this so we can go to the last one.
Okay.
I'm trying to... the aquarium in Lisbon was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit out of kind of the main city center, but definitely worth it. It wasn't that far. I mean, it was like maybe a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, but
it was right next to a McDonald's.
And we always go to McDonald's whenever we go somewhere international. And then I can't remember the name of it, but definitely another one is, what was that place we went to? Also not right in the city center, but it was like that large, like castle-y type thing.
Oh, that was Bellum Tower.
Oh yes, Bellum Tower. That was a really cool place to look at. I think you can go inside. We didn't actually go inside because we had kind of a packed day. But there were steps outside, and Olivia was just down, up, down, up.
And there was a monkey that was playing a piano. Or no, was it a dog?
We have a video of that one too. We should link that one because I think we have that monkey in the video.
Yeah.
Olivia was just like super amused by it.
Lisbon's awesome.
Yeah. Highly recommend Lisbon. I would say like out of all the places we've been in Europe, that's at the top of our list. One of the top places we've been. It's super affordable. It's really laid back. The people are very friendly. There's a lot to do there. It's just a really unique place to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would definitely want to go there again.
The weirdest thing we ever ate at McDonald's.
I'm trying to think of all the things we've eaten.
The thing I hated the most was a taro pie, and that was
that was Hawaii, right?
Yeah, that was a
Um,
weird fruit that I was not a fan of.
I feel like Japan had some kind of weird things.
Surprise, surprise. Um,
Yeah. But I think like that we tried it. I mean, obviously they're
well, they
crazy
put
things.
Japanese mustard on their burgers, which is an unexpected twist because it's kind of like that spicy horseradish.
Yeah.
Um, the town and country is it the town and country chicken sandwich? That might have been Lisbon. That was like um, a chicken with a tartar sauce, which
Oh yeah, that was
was a
strange.
strange. But it was like it was fried chicken, cheese, tartar sauce, and like a weird like um, ciabatta bread roll.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting combination.
And like they also have these fries that like you put them in little packets and there's like you shake them and there's like a seasoning on
Oh
them.
yeah,
So it's like it's very different from the fries. And like I think it was in Japan that I can't remember what place we had those in, but it might have been Japan. I
that was
can't
at
remember.
Wendy's.
I can't remember 100%. But anyways, like you just put the fries come in this similar packets to what they do in the US, but there's just like a seasoning and it's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And you shake it up and it's like seasons your fries for you.
Tangentially related, the KFC in Tokyo was the greatest fast food sandwich I've ever had in my life.
KFC.
That spicy,
Oh,
the
I didn't eat
spicy
it, so I
chicken
can't
sandwich.
comment.
Oh, I would fly over there in a heartbeat for that.
The worst
So good.
thing, definitely the Taco Bell in Japan. That was in Osaka actually, not like
Which one?
the
What-
Taco Bell.
Oh,
It was terrible.
that was nasty.
He has nightmares about that night. It was bad. I mean, we knew. Come on, like when you're going to like a Mexican chain, American chain restaurant in Japan, and like there's all these, you know what you're setting yourself up for. It was terrible, but
that was just.
Yeah.
It was like fried cabbage in there.
It was weird. It tasted like a Reuben. If you've ever had like a Reuben
with dish soap.
it was like a Reuben taco. Yeah, with like soap. I don't know. It was, Don't go to Taco Bell in Japan.
I'm sure the rest of it was okay, but like
we got the wrong things. Actually, it was called sorry, I was just reading the have you had the sweet chili sauce fries in Australia? And we haven't been to Australia. That's on our list too. We have not been there, but we want to go there. So I have not tried them because we haven't been to Australia.
So Stacy asks if we've had, while we're talking about weird food from other countries, Stacy asks if we had fries from Australia, and in Australia, Rings Great Adventure says, "Is that not normal? We're Australian." So I don't know. That's kind of funny. I have no idea.
Is it like so sweet chili sauce? Is it like I feel like we have like a sweet chili sauce that we put on some of our like chicken sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's the same at all. I don't know. You'll have to tell us what you would compare it to because no, we haven't. We want to go to Australia, but we haven't been there, so we do not know that one.
Finish that one.
Oh, and Beth says that's her most bucket list trip, Australia. That's high up on our list too. Australia and New Zealand. With chicken mayo.
Wait. Time out. Are you dipping chicken in mayo?
Or is it chicken mayo?
Flavored mayonnaise?
Because there's a very distinct difference, I feel.
I mean, I'm not going to say no either way, but we're going to wait for follow-up on that one.
Yeah, we will. But where is the first place you're going after all this is over? Yeah. So, interestingly enough, we were planning a trip to Italy prior to this, again with family. The same crew that went with us to Barcelona.
On the first failed Italy trip.
We were giving it a second go. We wanted to do Italy again. We were going to go to Rome and Florence or possibly Naples. I don't know. Maybe we have no idea like how any of this is going to affect like different regions. That still that would probably be our number one if like things improve in Italy and
Yeah.
here, and we can do that.
We want to try to go somewhere that probably struggled the most economically, as long as it's safe for us to go and
Mhm.
spend our money there. But I don't know. That's a tough question. We could be. Also, it depends on how much vacation time we have when this is all over. Like if it goes until June, July, August, and we've not gone anywhere, and we have a ton of vacation time to burn, then
It might.
maybe we'll go somewhere like Fiji or somewhere like really hard to get to.
We've wanted to go to Bali for a long time, but it's just the flight situation. I mean, it takes like more than a full day, like
Yeah.
a day and a half to 2 days just to get there.
Hmm.
And a lot of our trips are
Very quick and
quick, because I get 2 weeks of vacation time. And so we kind of cram it all into that.
yeah.
And so that's not, I mean, if we wanted to go to Bali, like just the travel time alone would take up a lot of
Yeah.
the time that we can. So we just haven't gotten to be able to do that. But if we did have like extra time that we could use, that might be something we would think about.
Mhm.
If like everything is all the same, like when this is all settled.
Apparently, Paul is hosting us with balut and chicken and chocolate fries.
That would be up there too.
So we might be going to
Yeah.
Seoul.
I've also wanted to go to Singapore because I hear it's amazing. So maybe like we could do like a Seoul, then Singapore, then back. I don't know, something like that. But Singapore has direct flights. I think it's from San Francisco that we can go on. So, and by direct, I mean it's like 15 hours from San Francisco.
So really, what we could do is we could end up going like, I don't know, Chicago to like Denver to like, I don't know, maybe Las Vegas to San Francisco, and then on to Seoul.
Maybe. But because who knows really how overseas travel will be.
Mhm.
I want to like explore maybe some of Canada in the summer or like national parks
Oh, that'd
because
be
I
fun.
think the kids would love it if we can't go anywhere
Also, poutine.
overseas. Yeah, poutine. We've wanted to go to
Banff.
Yeah, Banff. But I prefer to go in the summer. So that might be something we'd consider too. Just it kind of depends like what's open, but those are our top choices, I would say.
We listed literally every country in the world.
No, we didn't. Dude, no. Our top ones are Italy. We talked about Bali. We talked about Korea. We talked about Singapore and Canada and the
Okay,
US.
all
That's
right.
like 6 or something.
Okay, fine. All right, the next one.
Okay.
We got a nice
Did you get that chicken flavored mayo?
chicken flavored.
That is so interesting. And
okay.
chocolate fries. And there's some
and
very
chicken
weird
salt.
things.
What is this?
I feel like there's a lot of
There's, like,
weird
some
things
magic.
out there that we have not tried. What is the weirdest thing we've tried? What
That's a
kind
good
of work do you
question.
do for the airlines? I don't work in
I'll let you take this. I'm gonna use yours real quick.
I don't work in the operational kind of side of the airlines. I work more in the corporate office. So I do marketing mostly. So I'm fortunate. There's a lot of people at the company who are still working, even though the capacity is kind of lower right now. They're still working through all of this. So I definitely feel for them because they have to kind of be out there every day in all of it. And that's a very scary time. But we're still doing a lot of like cargo shipments, and there's healthcare workers that are flying to kind of work at different hospitals that need the support. So the planes are still flying kind of for that reason too. Really. I hope that's water.
It is not.
So I do marketing.
But back to the weirdest food.
Do you have something in mind?
Oh yes. Do you know what it is?
Well, there's something like that you guys can't see, so it's like giving me a little bit of a clue, I feel like, but I just here.
So my weirdest food is from Hungary, and we didn't actually plan on talking about this one, This is called Palinka, and it was made in Hungary. But we had this sandwich, and it was grilled pig brain, and it was really good.
It was really good, yeah. And we actually wanted to get a Hungarian wine because Budapest was one of the most unique and fun places that we have ever traveled.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind of like talk about that because it was before we even started to make videos and things like that. So we haven't really talked about it that much, but Budapest is like,
it was probably one of my favorite cities.
I don't want to say like underrated because I think it's come into the limelight a little bit more, but I think
when we went, it was
still,
underrated.
Yeah, when we went, it definitely was, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting on all sorts of tangents, but the one thing I want to say about it, because it has to do with all of this, is I'm glad they can't like see your setup over there. But
they could if we wanted to.
They're called what are those things called? They're like bars, but they're in
the ruin pubs.
Ruin pubs. They're in these just like kind of how would you describe that?
So they were all these old Soviet-style buildings that have been destroyed and ruined.
Mm-hmm.
That now these bars have taken up residence in, and they're really awesome. I mean, they are kind of inside, kind of outside, kind of gross, kind of fun, but like it can't be underscored how cheap it was when
Clearly
we went, because we went like
priority.
Yeah, this video is making us realize that all we do is eat and
try to
not
save
spend
money
so we can go and do it again.
Well, when you travel often, like that's kind of a thing that, yeah,
right?
Just to be fair, but yeah, this place you could eat and drink like kings. I'm not kidding. Like the drinks, the most expensive beer was like $2 or $3 USD.
Oh, that was like,
and it was for like a giant thing of
at the most expensive.
It was.
I think we went to one of the nicest restaurants there, and bought dinner for a bachelorette party when we left, and I think our whole bill was like $60 American. I mean, it was insane.
It was crazy. We went to this one restaurant that was like themed like a library or something. I don't know. They had like they had like a book, and it changes. So I don't know if it was like every month, I think. Mm-hmm. It's just like all the food is themed after like a different novel. Mm-hmm. And I forget what the one was when we were there, but it was like all the food, like the way they present it and everything, just super cool.
Yeah. Well, cheers on this. Let's
okay. I'm just going to take a sip of this.
This
is the Palinka. Look into
knock
Palinka.
The Palinka back. It's
and cheat a little bit because
you can't.
Okay. So tastes so good. Bali, yes, it's worth it. Okay, so there we go. That's just a little bit. That's good. That's good. Yes, Bali is like one of the places, as you can tell, food is very important to us, and I've heard great things about that, but also the beaches and just the culture. It's very different from anything I've heard any place that we've been to. So we definitely want to try that out. Yes, I work with United. Ruin Bars, went to Budapest last year and loved it. We love Budapest. So it is definitely, we recommend going there if you've thought about going there at all.
Yeah.
We actually combined it with Vienna when we went. Because
flew into Budapest, took a train to Vienna, and then
it's a pretty close train ride, so you can kind of like do both at the same time.
Yeah. So Stacy asked if we ever recreate any of the meals that we eat. Probably not the pig brain, but by and large, there is a takeaway meal from every place that now has made our standard rotation.
2 points to that, which maybe you were going to just say this. I just interrupted you.
My dad.
Ramen?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? We actually just
made ramen
last night, like with the pork and everything.
Yeah.
And we don't have Japanese wine here,
right?
Though we were gonna have like a sake,
but
then it started to get to be too many things.
So we took my parents to Tokyo and Kyoto, and we had that whole video series. But we took them there, and I was wondering how my parents were gonna like eat. I mean, I knew my mom would be fine.
They were gonna eat,
right? Well, come on. I knew my mom would be fine. But my dad doesn't, generally speaking, like sushi and like Asian food in general. Mm-hmm. But man, he
He really-
starved that ramen. He
I
was
think
living
he
his
really-
best life.
he liked I mean,
Like everything.
definitely the ramen, but he tried everything, and I think he
We were eating
liked it.
sushi from 7-Eleven, and it was just like, well, they started off the trip on a high because they flew to Tokyo on like a Dreamliner in Polaris, like, so they were
Yeah.
happy as clam. They had
And
to slum it
we-
with us in coach on the way back.
But we stayed another cool Airbnb we stayed at there. It was like a traditional Japanese house.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. Like we slept on so the rooms, there was 2 rooms, and one was I had a regular bed, like your standard bed that you would have here in the US. And then the other ones were, what's the word? Something mats I can't remember. But they're the traditional like mats that the Japanese will sleep on.
Mhm.
So we tried that out. He liked it. I
would convert our bedroom to that in a
I could
heartbeat.
do with not having to just sleep on the floor again, but that's just me.
Yep.
But yeah, there was this has nothing to do with anything here, but yes, so for sure, like we recreate the ramen all the time. I mean, not just yesterday, we make that's a regular rotation in our meal schedule. And then something that we recently remade, which is actually a good segue into our last wine. We just got back from Argentina.
Look at you. Did you just come up with that?
The question was asked, so that I just came up with that. But we loved the empanadas, and specifically they had I feel like my memory is just terrible.
The chimichurri, the smoked
chimichurri. The smoked is what I was going for. So they had the best chimichurri, but it was like a smoked flavor in one of the restaurants that we went to. So we just recently recreated that. We end up recreating our meals often.
Or chicken pepper cash from Budapest. We had a lot of that.
Yeah.
We make a lot of pasta.
We make tons of gnocchi all the time.
Yeah.
We recreate. That's probably where we get most of our inspiration, to be honest,
right?
for everything we eat.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try this while you're
do it. So Megan did the same thing, Budapest, Vienna, to Bratislava. I've never been to Bratislava. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yes, you did hear us mention Fiji. We would love to go there.
Mm-hmm. That's like total bucket list place to go.
We did have fire ramen in Kyoto, and I will do that all day, every day.
Oh, Kyoto. So we've been to Japan twice. The first time we just went to Tokyo. The second time, the most recent trip, we went to Osaka, Kyoto, and Tokyo. And to anybody going to Japan, I highly would, I rave about Kyoto because I think it's just, I mean, all of them were awesome in their own way, but definitely like Kyoto is one of the best places that we've ever been to, I think, for sure.
Research the nearby island called Gili T.
Oh,
all right.
And near Bali. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're all about any recommendations because I know not that much about it.
Oh, this is a good one. I love Malbec. It's not as good as Pinot Noir.
Stop! You're gonna like get me laughing again. This is probably the first one that we actually know what type of wine it is too. The others are just blends. But yes, this is our most recent trip, so we were just there actually right before this all started. It was in December, early January.
Yep.
We were in Buenos Aires, and so Argentina, and we had kind of like mixed feelings. I think Nick really liked.
Oh, I'd go back in a heartbeat.
He really liked it. We definitely wanted to kind of like cross South America off our list of continents and say that we had been there. So we were looking at just different places, and we've seen a lot of mixed things on South America and like safety and all that. And I mean, we do our research. We're not like you see something on the media and you just don't go there. You know, we do a lot of research to truly find out if somewhere is unsafe or anything like that.
Mhm.
Not to get a whole topic about that, but
Well, we almost went to Colombia. So.
yeah, we did almost go to Colombia, but well, I mean, I have seen a
I
lot of
still
people
would go to
go,
Colombia.
and yeah, but it was just like a different kind of atmosphere. I don't know, like it. I think that the culture of it is something
That
that
was the best part.
it was amazing to see for sure. I think you just have to be very vigilant. Not that you don't anywhere you go. I mean, just as a tourist, like that's just a thing. But I felt like you had to be extra in Buenos Aires. I mean,
That's fair.
some of the places that we went to, a little bit more so than others. We went to like this place that was kind of touristy, but also kind of like
Well, our Uber driver left us off not in the touristy area.
yeah.
So,
Well,
so let's be clear on that part.
That was our fault, okay? Because I specifically researched a pizza place in advance that I wanted to go to. And if you have seen those videos, if not, check them out after this. But if you've seen our Buenos Aires videos, you know that we just struck out like
Oh, that was an epic
constantly.
fail of a trip.
Constantly. So
Epic fail.
I like researched all these places to eat, and everything was closed. Like it was near New Year's Eve. Some of it was on New Year's Eve, some of it was on New Year's Day. And it just, we were under the impression that, and it was kind of silly of us to just assume, but that places were like the US where you're just open and everybody parties and everyone's out. It's not the case. Everyone kind of celebrates like in your house with friends or family or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing was open. And our Uber driver dropped us off to this pizza place that I had found. And it was in a really sketchy kind of area.
Well, I think the icing on the cake there, the part that just really sold the whole deal was we had just the worst temper tantrum I think we've ever experienced on any of our travels. She was having none of it.
That's the part you don't get to see on our videos because we are very like protective over making sure, like, obviously for privacy reasons, that she doesn't have to have that posted everywhere. But it was it's not our best day.
That was terrible.
Yeah. When you travel with kids, like you have that quite often, but you just have to pick up and carry on. And then we found a little, we got to the tourist area and we found one of the best things that we ate, which was this little like man with a sausage
a little
cart.
Man with a sausage cart.
And it was like unplanned, totally unplanned. It wasn't the pizza place we were going to go to, but it ended up that it was delicious. And Olivia that ended the tantrum right there.
Right. She sees sausage. She's happy.
Yes, very true. And then he got what you say is one of your, if not the favorite steak that you've had.
Oh, it's definitely by far the best steak I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm. And it was just this little, like, it wasn't little. I mean, it was kind of like, it was loud and it was just more of like casual. It was a good place for kids because it was loud and you didn't have to be worried about, but there was like just lots of locals in there. They gave us empanadas just complimentary to start. And that was where we had this smoked.
Technically, they weren't complimentary. We paid for them as table service, but.
Oh, I may have told a fib in our YouTube description then. Didn't know that. All right.
Stacy says, one of my best meals in Brazil was a burger from a cart. It was so big, it was given to you in a small
Oh my gosh.
That
is, I wanted, if you have a picture of it, I would like to see it. If not, man, that sounds delightful.
I was just saying today, I really want a burger, but I refuse to get a burger delivery or a takeout.
I mean, we can make them, but
it's not the same. You don't have that same greasy flat top. You need that greasy flat top.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I don't know.
Did we even talk about this wine, by the way?
Well,
I've just been.
Let us know in the comments if we talked about it. No, I don't think we did. And
I said I like the Malbec, and it's good. This is a good walking around wine.
I can't decide between the Portuguese one and this one. I think they're both good. So again, here's what this one is. This one doesn't have like the super like funky bottle that the others have, but it's delicious nonetheless.
So maybe this is the one that you take to a party, because I feel like if you take this one,
They know that you're trying too hard. I feel like you're just trying to be different.
it's possible. Or people will think, oh, this is a fun label, I'm going to drink this one. Whereas this one is a very
This looks classy.
understated.
This looks like it was, I don't know, you tell us which one of these you think you would take to a party. I think this one, taste-wise, probably is, I would probably take this one, taste-wise.
Yeah. I would call this one the one that you drink while you're prepping your meal before people come over.
Oh, you think? I think it's a little fancier than that.
Well, that's you drink the good wine before people get there.
That's okay. Okay.
Right? I think that's the thing.
I think like, yeah.
Because you don't bring the good wine out, and we're talking
no one's
about
ever
good
going to
wine.
want to come
This
to one
wine
of
is
our
like
parties
$6.
again.
This is our metric for a good wine is
I know.
ring it
We're
right at
talking
$6.
$4 versus $6.
That's 50% more. So
Well, yeah, you don't want to like get out your good Napa wine, like drink 3 sips from it, set it down, and then it's gone. You got to like share that.
right? See, Stacy agrees with me.
There you go. There you go. Though I don't know if we would
And so does Rings
call
Great Adventure.
ourselves like great.
Well, we still have good wine. We still have wine from when we went to Italy like 6 years ago.
Okay. I have to say though, since we're on like a wine kick, and this has nothing to do with any of these wines, but the one country that is probably one of the most recognizable for wines that we didn't include, but we should have, Italy.
Should we go get one of our bottles of Italy?
No, because I don't even think we have this bottle. This is not a Trader Joe's bottle. When we were in Italy, we went on this tour to a winery.
I'm not
going
to open it. I'm getting it.
Okay. We went on this tour to a winery. So this is when we went to Rome and Florence, and we went on a winery outside of Florence, and it was a very small little like town called. Is it called San Gimignano?
Gimignano.
Don't judge me for my pronunciation because I don't know how to say it, but it's like San Gimignano or something like that. This is my personal favorite, and it's weird because it's a white wine.
It's our favorite wine on the planet.
And you can only get this wine in this really small town in Italy.
Yeah.
And we got like, I think you can buy them in the stores here if you find it in the stores, but we have like a personal contact. We haven't even used it, but
we have one that was. Hey, this is.
Well, we have, but it's not like we like use it regularly or anything.
This is aged. This is a 2012.
But
I'm told this is a good vintage.
We have like this email address, and they were like, "Hey, just email us, and we'll ship you the wine." And so,
right?
Yeah. But that is probably my favorite wine that we've ever had.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't think we still had that? We have a whole stockpile of wine that I think you forget we had.
I did not know we had that. We're saving that for.
We have in there. We have a bottle of Tokaj, from Hungary. We have a Viennese wine. I think we have one from every country we've been to.
Huh. Interesting. Do you guys ever encounter issues with bringing wines back overseas?
Yes and no.
We're always under the limit of. We've never like tested the limits of how much you can bring back. So I don't know what would happen if you.
Well, you just have to pay tax on it.
Oh, okay. Then I know nothing about like how much that is or anything, but in terms of like sometimes we can't bring it back because a lot of times we'll do carry on, and you obviously have to check your bags to do it, but we've never had a problem with like, especially like breaking. So like 2 different concepts. One, like,
can you get it into the country?
Can you get it into the country? The other is like, can it maintain its form?
We've only had one bottle of wine break.
Yeah.
And it was this one. I mean, not this
but
one, but that
he's one. Like, he protects those things like you wouldn't believe. Like he puts like towels. Yeah. He has a whole system. If you ever need advice on how to pack and transport your wine back,
I'm a packing expert in all things, not just wine. So don't try to limit me on this.
I pack and then he repacks what I pack all the time.
Well, okay, I don't repack I take it out and then I reformat it and then I put it back in, but I don't change the content.
I guess whatever.
I mean, sometimes I do make you make cuts.
But no, we've never really had an issue with it. I mean, just aside from like a bottle breaking here and there, but we like purposely plan for that. We're like, let's get the maximum.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if one breaks, it's like you're okay.
Yeah.
Rather than like if you just bring one bottle back, it's a lot of pressure.
So you're advocating to take to the max even if you don't need to, just in case.
I mean, that's my plan, but I'm just saying if you can never listen, I work for the airlines and I know this is not an airline thing, so I'm not trashing anybody, but the airports themselves, they're not the most gentle on your
I like that
bags.
you like clarify that this is not the airline that breaks my bag, it's the airport employees.
Can never be too careful these days. But anyways, no, I've seen what a lot of people have probably seen what they do, but like I've heard a lot of stories from coworkers who like work like in the operations and they can like go down to where, like you go through the you check your bags at like the ticketing and then they put them on the belt and they go down. Where they go after that, like a lot of coworkers have told stories about like what that underground area looks like.
I would love to go on a tour.
I know, I can do that if I want to.
Can we make a video?
Well, not now. I mean, I have to wait till.
Obviously,
but anyways, I don't
that?
think I could probably that probably wouldn't happen. But I don't know. I could try. It's so anyways. You don't want your wine going through that without protection. Just saying.
We wrap it in a towel and then put it in a garbage bag usually.
Yes, it's a very thorough process.
I'm not ashamed.
Yeah. Okay. This is like over an hour long, so we should probably.
There are people still here and engaged, so we can end it whenever. But I'm just saying that whatever.
Well, we could take this to a Zoom call also.
That actually is true. If anybody wants to move this to a Zoom call.
Because those are all the wines we got for you today.
Which one do you want next?
Well,
like which one's your choice? I know. So
Dylan says Zoom. I'm in. Okay.
Zoom.
Okay. All right. So we'll finish this off over Zoom.
So dare we post it?
But
the Zoom link. Can we delete comments later?
I don't know. I would not risk it. I mean, I feel like all these people. So.
Well, there's a couple that
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the last one.
Yes.
Rings Great Event. They're taking off. Cheers. Thanks
safe.
For joining. We'll probably do this again with a different genre.
Maybe beer, maybe probably not bourbon, but.
Well, it could be like liquors.
But let us know if anybody has a preference because, we'll try whatever. We're just here.
Yep.
All right. I think we're going to sign off now.
Okay.
Should we say like what our favorite one? I think we already did. Really?
Did we?
Well, this was my favorite. Before we go.
Okay.
I think this was my favorite. I think it's just, yeah.
No, it was my favorite as well.
Okay. So, this is the Argentinian one. And here you go. But all of them were pretty good, except, I just don't know. We just don't drink white wine that often enough to really say
you could
like
be having some white wine bias.
I don't know, but I've heard that that's a good one. So from people who probably do drink it more often than us.
Okay. Stacey, 10 of 10 would watch again. Well, please do. So we'll do this again.
Just with not wine. Maybe we'll do something else. Maybe it'll be Trader Joe's best.
Oh, should we do like a whole series on Trader Joe's World?
And when it gets to summertime, maybe it'll be like rosé. Maybe we'll like be classy about it.
We could cook our like ramen and drink a crap load of sake while we're doing it. That could be a good live.
We'll brainstorm and we'll come up with something.
You just stole my wine.
Oh, this is my wine.
Don't you dare.
Okay. Let's sign off and we'll do this again.
Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you for joining us. And
until maybe later next week. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll have food with it next time. We actually had cheese in the fridge. Oh, I do have to say though, the ghost pepper chips, get those to eat with your cheese. Because since we're on a Trader Joe's trajectory.
Right.
Those are amazing.
Right.
Okay. That's all for tonight.
Bye, Beth. Love you too.
Bye.